Bringing the Gospel to Souls in the Beyond. Love. BD number 5901. March 13, 1954, convey the Gospel to the souls in the beyond, remind them of my commandments of love which also have to be fulfilled in the kingdom of the beyond if the soul wants to ascend. Inform them of my will, which only ever requires them to turn to me and which has to be heeded in order to be seized by my love. What is applicable for earth also applies to the kingdom of the beyond. The transformation of the being's will, which at first opposes me and therefore has to be changed, and that can only ever happen through love, for an unselfish act of love is the first step towards me and gives the being strength. Helpless souls in the beyond lack love. And you have to explain to them that they can only expect help if they are willing to give love to those who are as poor and as wretched as themselves. Without love their thinking is wrong and, just like on earth, they can be approached by beings who will instruct them wrongly, without being able to recognize the error. Only a helpful soul will recognize the truth. Subsequently you first have to bring my commandments of love to the souls and draw their attention to the fact that they were only given so that people would establish the connection with me by fulfilling these commandments of love. Since deeds of love will provide them with strength and always help them to ascend further. You can instruct the souls over and over again. They will not believe or understand you if they are unwilling to love, and if you want to help them then you first and foremost will have to take care to motivate them into lovingly supporting other distressed souls which turn to them for help. Only this willingness to love will open their spiritual eyes and ears, and then they will be able to understand everything you present to them. My gospel is just the teaching of love, for everything else will fall into place if this teaching of love is complied with. It is not enough only to convey knowledge to the soul in the beyond, for it will not understand it as long as it is unwilling to carry out works of love, which have to and can be carried out in the kingdom of the beyond just as on earth, but which always necessitate the willingness to do so, otherwise the soul will be without strength. As long as the soul is mentally only involved with itself and its sad fate, there is no possibility to provide it with help or to convey strength. It first has to look at its surroundings, or if it is alone in a barren region, it has to remember people on earth whom it could have helped but neglected to do so. It has to regret this and wish to make amends. In that case it will be joined by beings in serious need, and as soon as it is willing to help it will instantly receive the strength to accomplish its intentions. First love has to be kindled within itself, which can often take a very long time, but it is possible with loving support from a human being if he explains to the soul what it is lacking and tries to educate it, always being prompted by a loving will to help. Love achieves everything, love prevails over everything, love itself is the strength which helps the soul to salvation. As long as the soul only considers itself, it can hardly be released from its unpleasant situation, but it can become tender and loving if it is touched by small rays of light, because these are just sparks of love intended to touch and kindle its heart. Every soul which experiences darkness as torment will be soothingly affected by such rays of light, and there is a good chance that it will pursue the light. That it thus will also be willing to take other souls to the light. And these souls should only ever be preached to of the love which found its culmination in Jesus Christ and his act of salvation. No other information is necessary for such souls at first, yet they have to know the reason for their hardship and also how to remedy it. And only when they have this understanding will their progress be assured. Only when they want to carry out loving actions themselves will they receive strength and be able to work with love in order to receive ever more strength and enter into increasingly brighter light. Light makes the souls tremendously happy, and in this happiness their willingness to love will constantly grow, hence a single soul in the beyond is able to carry out a most extensive amount of redemptive work. For as soon as it understands, it will also impart its realization to other souls and try to encourage them into the same loving endeavor. For just as on earth there is only one applicable commandment in the spiritual kingdom, love God above all else and your neighbor as yourself. Amen.